This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today, in the arena, Math Majors Unite. We're gonna play a Quandrix deck to complete our journey through the houses and try to build a competitive deck for each house in the first week. But really quick plug, today's shirt, another incredible Into the AM design. That's a tiger. This is letters I don't understand. Fun, awesome art, super comfortable, premium stuff. Check out Into the AM, link in the description. It supports the channel. Thank you very much. Now, the deck. We are playing, oh no, it's a Dwelling Keeper. No, it's not another adventure deck, is it? It's barely an adventure deck. We have Edgewall Innkeeper because that card is busted, and we have Fae of Wishes, Brazen Borrower, and Lovestruck Beast because all those cards make sense. We're not going to talk about those. Just pretend they're not there. Eldraine cards. From the School of Kaldheim, we have Cosima, God of the Voyage, which actually plays really well with these adventure cards, just still never makes the cut in most decks because it's a pretty slow card. But I love it here. The Omen Keel is a pretty good tempo card. The 2/4 is a way to gain card advantage just by hitting your land drops, which is something the deck really wants to do. It can flood easily. It is mostly a tempo deck, so Cosima fits in really well. Elder Gargaroth, 5 mana. Let's play the 6/6 Vigilance Reach Trample that can completely take over the game, and we have ways to protect it, so let's go for it. All right, those are the old cards. Let's talk the new cards. Decisive Denial. Choose one. Target creature you control fights a target creature you don't control. Awesome. Or counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 3. Awesome. Finally, this is actually a big deal card because we can now play some kind of counter magic game against Emergent Ultimatum, but still have a removal spell. And that's a big deal. Now, it does dictate that we want a lot of bodies because we need to make the fight good. And they can't be small bodies. Edgewall Innkeeper and Fae of Wishes aren't the greatest fighters you'll ever see. So it is very important that we draw Lovestruck Beast, Elder Gargaroth, or bring back a very large Cosima to do our fighting because the rest of the cards aren't that good at it. But it's totally worth it to have this card. And the counter a non-creature spell clause is very good as well. I was already trying Negate and Teamer and Simic builds, and this is an upgrade for its flexibility, especially in best of 1. The next card is Divide by Zero. This is 2 and a blue instant, return target spell or permanent with mana value 1 or greater to its owner's hand, and learn. In the first game, I actually forgot this had Learn, and I didn't have any Learn cards in my sideboard. But because we have 2 Fae of Wishes, and because we have 4 Divide by Zeros, we do have to balance having Lessons in the sideboard, and we have to balance having cards to wish for in the sideboard. So it's a little awkward, and we'll get to the choices in a moment. But this is a pretty good card. Notice it says target spell or permanent. Being able to bounce any permanent is nice. You can bounce your own permanents, which is something that's easy to forget when you've played with Brazen Borrower a lot, which cannot bounce your own permanents. You can do things like Divide by Zero, bounce my Brazen Borrower, cast Petty Theft, bounce something of yours, cast the 3/1 again, maybe draw a card with Edgewall Innkeeper, or perhaps your Brazen Borrower got targeted with removal, and that play makes sense. Same thing for Quandrix Command. All right. I've already recorded the games, as I already spoiled. Me and this card, we have some moments that you are going to want to see. You're going to need to see them because it is a love-hate relationship. It is a rom-com. We didn't like each other at first, okay? We didn't get along. We were not in sync. But by the end, we realized that we're perfect for each other and we fall into harmony. So choose 2 of these modes. You get 2 of them. For 1 green and a blue, return a creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. That's awesome. Again, you can bounce your adventure creatures and use them again. That's sweet. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. There's actually a lot more of countering artifacts and enchantments than I expected. From Annex and Embercleave to the Great Henge to a whole bunch of cards in mono white like Sword of the Realms, Heliod, Daxos, and Alseid of Life's Bounty. There's actually a lot of things to counter. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Make sure you target your own creatures, just saying. Target player shuffles up to 3 cards from their graveyard into their library. It gives you a second life against rogues. If you have this in your hand, even when they mill you out, you can untap, cast Quandrix Command on your upkeep, and have 3 cards in your library. Just make sure they're good. All right, then we get into the lands. We've got the Snarls, we got the Pathways, and I still have the Passages because I really want to play them with Cosima. So that's why we have the Pathways, or the Snarls and the Passages together, although usually I try to run more basics when I run the Snarls. If I can have 14 basics, I feel pretty good about my Snarls. All right. The choices for the sideboard: Tormod's Crypt for the graveyard, Stern Dismissal to bounce something, cheap answer spells that have a high impact. That's what I want to use my Fae of Wishes to get. Shadow Spear, and then like one big over-the-top card, Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. Still in the sideboard, we've got to scam the kids, okay? When they don't know what to get, this is what they always get. Also, a new card, Test of Talents. Awesome against the Ultimatum deck, because if we counter their Ultimatum, they all get exiled. Pretty good against rogues, too. Getting rid of all their Drown in the Locks or all their Into the Stories is nice. Containment Breach, destroy an artifact or enchantment, and Mascot Exhibition, make a little army, a fun little army of things. Those are my 2 lessons. So there it is. That's the deck. Math Majors Unite. We're going to go out there and see what we can do with the House of Quandrix. Today's video is dedicated to a name I don't know how to say. Hopefully it's not a curse word or something horrible. I honestly don't know, but I appreciate you hitting the join button and becoming a member of the channel. The smiling face was added for me. You know who you are. And we're going to go to the store and pick up some cosmetics in your honor. There are some nice bundles, which I'm still grabbing up while I can. And then I'll get the other cards eventually. Here's a good one. Dragons. Dragon cosmetics. I'm going to run the dragons someday, but it'll be for fun. It'll be kind of a silly thing. These dragons are dedicated to the latest YouTube member. Hit the join button below to support the channel for $4.99 a month. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Let's see. Do we get to play against anybody else crazy enough to run the new cards? We're on the draw. We have a 2-mana 1/4 against aggro. There's no companion, so it is aggro. 2-mana 1/4, 3-mana bounce. We'll give it a try. The fact that we could Quandrix Command and make this like a 3/6, that's a lot. That is a lot. It is mono white. They play mono white. Nice. Means they probably won't get rid of this Innkeeper, making it an excellent top deck. Divide by 0, though, looking pretty bad. Looking really bad. Our opponent with a great draw. Any time they're on the play with Luminarch Aspirant, that is the definition of a great mono white draw. We're not doing bad, though. We do have to figure out how to neutralize this. They won't block. They're cowards. We have to figure out how to neutralize this. Not really what our deck does. Banishing Light the Fae of Wishes? Okay. That's hot stuff. I wonder what they would bounce if we Quandrix Commanded. Still, it's the beast. Gotta try to move to Elder Gargaroth, and then we have to find a window to bounce whatever their biggest creature is with a Quandrix Command. It's gonna be hard. Because they... I guess if they sacrifice this to protect, we don't mind. Osri Ket. They're just gonna go in 5 deep on this? What a machine. Okay, no blocks. I'm going to attack your Ket. We don't have another 1/1, so it looks like the beast has to do this job. We could bounce the Luminarch Aspirant, but then the Alseid of Life's Bounty is around. We could also, well, if they block to protect this, we don't really care. Let's see what they do if we do this. Just lets it die, huh? Okay. Let's see what they do. They might go for a Sky Maul. Quandrix Command countering an enchantment would be nice. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We did it. We actually got him. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. You're gonna get aggressive on me? You're at 28, so I guess so. Save the Fabled Passage for a Cosima. Drop a Gargaroth? I think so. We could just... Maybe it's smarter to hold these up. Maybe it's a lot smarter, because if they have some kind of another removal spell, Like, this stops Banishing Light. This sets back the Giant Killer. Yeah, let's take our time here, I think. Could be wrong. Okay, let's see where they put their +1/+1 counters. Or actually, what they'll do is I'll go for this. We'll counter it. Return, counter, bounce you, counter you, set you back again. Opponent will put a +1/+1 counter here, but now divide by 0 returns this to hand, and we have Decisive Denial, which can fight it. It's pretty good. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Well, we're chipping away at that formerly 28 life. You know, we don't have any lessons in the sideboard. It just occurred to me. I built the wish board for Fae of Wishes, not for lessons. I forgot this had learn. New cards, guys. That's fine. Not what I really want to counter or bounce here. Charming Prince doesn't scare me, but now we've seen the hand. Two to the top. Okay. I mean, either those cards are really good or they don't know how to dig for something that is good, but we know they're not drawing lands for 2 turns. Makes me scared to cast the Gargaroth. Alright, they're gonna go for that, sure. That's a lot of land. Let's hold up. I have a feeling they might remove this Gargaroth. Knew it. Knew it. 100 billion% knew it. Alright. Couple of bounce spells. So, 6 points a turn puts them in chump block territory eventually. Let's try to be feisty. A lot of land that we've drawn. A lot of land. Speaker. Yeah, we'll see what they wanna... Let's see what they want to do. This returns a permanent. Okay, that can be fun. Here comes the prince. I bounce this. Let's learn. Select a card to discard to draw a card, because I have no lessons in my sideboard. I will decline. I like having this card around. Let's get some cards. Draw. Ooh. We have lethal, I think. Let's let them play this Banishing Light. It's close. Actually, okay, so if we play both sides of Brazen Borrower, will that do it? I think so. It's close. Okay, so let's go get blue. Bounce this. Cast this. Draw. Denial is definitely lethal now. Bounce this. Discard this to draw. Because that's the other thing you can do, even when you don't have a lesson in your sideboard. Fights. Roar. Look at all these modes. Look at all these options. Look at all the creativity on display. Look at the swing for lethal. You love to see it. All right, I added 2 lessons to the sideboard, a mascot exhibition and a containment breach. So I do have something to get. I do have something to get when I play Divide by 0. Is that the name of it? New cards. Magic's hard. All right, we got the Snarl, which comes into play untapped, and we got a great curve, actually. The only thing wrong is that we're on the draw, and we have a chatty opponent. All right, all right. Swarm Shambles. Interesting. One acquired. This is mono green. Double Shambler makes targeting their stuff really hard. I don't know, man. Am I supposed to Cosima here? If I have an Omen Keel, it is a Gem Razor target. Like, bad, too. Really bad Gem Razor target. Let's get the Edgewall Innkeeper onto the battlefield. So we can play Lovestruck next turn. All of these bounce spells are terrible with the Swarm Shamblers, with 2 Swarm Shamblers on the field. We're in trouble. Yeah, stuff happens. Wow. All right, no blocks. Decisive Denial. Could be interesting. Hanging on to the island in case we draw more Snarls. Okay, at least it doesn't have +1/+1 counters on it, so we can bounce it without getting into trouble. Can't fight it, though. All right, I think we say go, and we really hope to counter something with the Denial, although I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I don't know how we stabilize in this. This is rough, but we just have to have our options open and find a way. See if they do something? No? Okay, no ram through. Would have been nice. I mean, we can make them pay 3, and then they don't get to cast the other side of the beast, so it slows them down. We can also fight their 1/1, or we can trade beasts, or we can Quandrix Command, +1/+1 counters. We can bounce their quest. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. So next turn, we can bounce their questing beast and fight their Lovestruck beast. Or counter their Great Henge if that's what happens. I do want to play the Cosima and eventually work on flipping it. I think that's my best chance to win the game, so I'm going to hold on to the passage in case I draw other lands. Yep, if they go for the Henge, we can Quandrix Command the Henge. I need my Edgewall Innkeeper back, dude. Okay. Alright. So we're bouncing this. +1/+1 here. Fighting this. So this is fine. Let's see how they want to attack. Maybe they'll get really aggressive. That's pretty aggressive anyway. Bounce counters. We can also just block here. Save Decisive Denial possibly for Faceless Haven. But we do need a way to block this frickin' Questing Beast at some point. Another Borrower buys time. I'm going to hold the passage till after we've exiled the Cosima. It doesn't take us off what we want to do this turn unless we would cast a Borrower, and I just don't see a world where we get to cast Borrower this turn. I wonder if we attack here. Yeah, I think we do, right? They can pump one of these, but it's not enough, and this can block these. So let's start making the opponent feel our presence. Ooh, a 1/1's taken one for the team. Nice. They go to a 3/3 Shambler. I'm ready for the next Primal Might for sure. Wherever that happens to be. Questing Beast returns. Let's see how the opponent attacks. just the beast. Boing. All right, take the action and exile the Cosima. We need to start getting some cards. Play the Fable Passage because we can bring Cosima back at instant speed and we can possibly cast both Borrowers. Take the action. Send the beast. Would you like to block? It's a lot of damage. Okay. Now we can bring Cosima back at instant speed if we want to. The opponent is at 12. This is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If they go all in here, can we find a way? I guess Decisive Denial could have Cosima fight the Questing Beast. All right, they're leaving back another 1/1. So no matter what, they'll have a way to block the beast next turn. We want to keep attacking them with the Lovestruck Beast. We do need to get rid of this. Do we do it now? Do we fight these? If we do, we don't get to deploy the Borrowers. I think we take this. I know, it's scary. I am very scared going to 3 here. I am very afraid. Another Lovestruck Beast. We could Decisive Deny this. But then we don't get the Borrowers down, and it's a 2-turn clock. This resolves. We'll get the Cosima back next turn since we have the Snarl in hand. Gargaroth and a Denial. That's going to be hard to beat. 1, 2, 3 good blockers and a Denial. Is that enough to keep us alive? I think I'm just going to focus on the Borrowers. Attacking with the beast is unnecessary. All right, guys. Down to the wire. The Great Henge. No. Absolutely not. Yes! Math! Quandrix. So far doing the job, man. So far, Edgewall Innkeeper's still got legs. Simic is holding its own. The commands are good. Like, really good. Denial is good. The question here is, will we draw the land? And if we do, is it enough? I'm going to try it. Our opponent does not have a companion. That makes aggro. So we have 2 mana, 1/4, 3 mana, bounce something, make it a 3/6. That can be good. That's not very aggro-like. What's going on here? Second blue can play Brazen Borrower. Second green can cast both halves of Lovestruck Beast and eventually cast Gargaroth. I'll make it blue. Love the new board, by the way. And the nice peaceful music. Sprite Dragon. You. Could try to hold up Denial. It just gets punished really hard if they do. I don't know. Anything. Anything other than something that we would just counter. They might see through it as well and just attack and do nothing else. But Dragon versus Fae is an interesting fight. They're incentivized to make their Sprite Dragon bigger. If they have a bounce spell for it, that's kind of frustrating because we're pretty behind already. Prismari Command to the face to make a treasure and no attack. That's weird. But I guess I'm happy with our position. Let's see what they do with that treasure. Here comes the passage. We've got solutions to a lot of things, but a dragon is not one of them. The dragon would be a real pain. So Galzath Prismari, when it enters the battlefield, make a treasure. Artifacts you control have tap. 1 mana, use it to cast an instant or sorcery spell. I guess I have to bounce that. And I have to let it resolve first, but we can do it before the other treasure is created. It's a Thick Fae of Wishes. But we are way behind in the mana race. That card is going to come down again. I don't have a good way to stop it. But I can fight over whatever spell they go to cast, and I can bounce it again. I just don't think either of those are very good. How about this? We could play the Omen Keel. I don't like that either because we're on the defensive. We could just cast this as is and try to exile it, but we don't have many lands, so it's probably a waste of mana. And we could play this and fight. 3-4? Maybe eventually fighting this is the play. I don't know. I'm feeling reactive, though. So, how about this? If we want to use this turn... Ah, they still have mana open, though, too. Let's just say go. Let's be reactive. I was trying to decide, do we fight now? But they could just sack these treasures and play something and blow up our fight, so it wasn't enough, and all of that is very bad. So do we do this again? It could get us in trouble. I think instead we brazen. So here they can play a 2-mana spell with their treasures while this is in play. They don't do it. Alright, I do think we have to make a move. We have to try to flip this script, or all this tempo is for nothing. So hopefully we kill this Sprite Dragon. Yay. And then we play this Gargaroth, and if the opponent wants to stop it, they have to sacrifice these treasures. And if they sacrifice the treasures, they don't have the big mana advantage. That resolves. Interesting. Yeah, it's scary how much mana they're going to be able to generate with this, tapping their treasures to cast any instant or sorcery. We have to hope they just don't have those big effects, or that we can somehow stifle them. Okay, Bone Crusher Face is not what I was afraid of. I like it. Another Borrower? Pretty solid. Back to hand. Okay, they don't have spells. There was no stick. They actually don't have spells here. Let's make a 3/3 and just try to kill them. I know. What have you done with CGB not drawing a card? But I think that's the way to play the Gargaroth here. It's back. It's always back again. So many treasures. Time to use them to do something, though. Goldspan Dragon. Okay. Okay. You don't have a great attack, though, do ya? Let's play you. 8 life. Bounce you. Attack with everything. Should be lethal. Let's put the counters on the big trample Gargaroth. Impressive. Most impressive. Don't act like you're not impressed. Why? Why? That was lethal. Why? I should be forbidden from recording 4 videos in a day. Seems good. They just top decked that. So the other cards in their hand aren't particularly great. Oh, look at them getting aggressive here. It must be Alrund's Epiphany. It's not Alrund's Epiphany. Okay. I don't know anything. I know nothing, Jon Snow. Gargaroth is here. Blockers are in line. You got anything for this beast? Chumps. All right, we're trying to salvage this disaster. If I hadn't played Innkeeper last turn and I'd played Omenkeel instead, would I've had another attacker there? I don't think so. That attack last turn was so aggressive, it threw me. It absolutely threw me. No, what threw me was the frickin' misplay of the day. That's what threw me. Have 2+1/+1 counters, bounce your own Gargaroth. Nice spell. Top tier. The Shame Scoop felt required, but we're fighting anyway. We're not giving up. We're gonna try to pull it off anyhow. What'd you draw? Is it good? Good lord. They had lethal and they were just choosing their targets, and they should. You should choose your targets carefully. You wouldn't want to do what I did. You wouldn't want to do what I did. 300 ranks for that. I deserve it. I deserve it. Short memory. We're just playing a whole new game. Whole new game. Lurrus, great. Rogues. On the draw, great. Everything about this is great. Oh, Runecrab. Nice. Nice. Very nice. All right, let's beast up. Our deck is not designed to fight rogues. It's just not what it's built to do. It doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff in the graveyard. We just have to out-aggro them, and it looks like they're on the Turbo Mill draw, which is nice. It's so nice. We can't even attack here, because if they have the... they have Thieves Guild Enforcer, we're just screwed. But I don't know. Maybe they're thinking about a Blood Chief's Thirst. Are they thinking about a Blood Chief's Thirst? Let's see. Stick. Test for stick. There's stick, so no attack. Try to set up for Beast next turn. Bright side is they're down to 3 cards. The not so bright side, they're going to flip our deck upside down in about 3 turns. Okay, they're not down to 3 cards anymore because they're card drawing machine. They do not have another blue though, and this is not the land they'd prefer to play. So because of that, hopefully they don't have Fable Passage, but it's possible. It's possible they might have mana issues. They do still have another Enforcer, which is basically cheating. And they should be absolutely barred from playing Magic the Gathering for their despicable cheating. All right, let's go ahead and play the Beast. We need the creature on the board. We need to be able to swing the momentum of this game somehow. All right, how are we going to stop these Enforcers from just attacking me to death? Art. I can't even, man. I just can't. I can't. We're at 24 cards. They're not even attacking us. The fighting does no good. They have Death Touch. There's nothing. There's no game I can play here that's good. Let's thin our deck a little more to make the job easier for them. We wouldn't want them to have to work for a victory. Let's has Fae. At least that can tag team an Enforcer. But our opponent's trying to mill us. So how do we do this? I guess we wait and counter something with Denial here. And hope that they run out of land drops. If we counter some card draw spells, maybe they'll be in trouble. All right, no Thieves Guild Enforcer. They'd still have another land drop. 15 cards. Turn 4. Turn 4, by the way. Down to 15 cards. But nothing else. I guess we have to counter into the story. So we have to hold up mana. Let's start plinking away. Quandrix Command was that counter, not much. +1/+1 counters don't do much good. They just trade anyway. We could put them on the Fae, though, and bounce a Rune Crab. That doesn't seem great. Let's play an Omen Keel. That's, I guess, what we need to do. Something that can trade with an Enforcer. Alright, counter their card draw spell. Hope that they just draw a few of the wrong cards. They need to draw no lands and no rogues. Easy. No lands, no rogues in their rogue deck. That runs a lot of land. Magic will be fine. Alright, we've got to get the Gargaroth out somehow. I guess we kind of want the Innkeeper dead because drawing cards now is bad. At some point. Do we want to race? I guess. Since they're playing so defensive. All right, 2 Enforcers down. Feels good. Hold the Gargaroth. We need to be able to counter and Quandrix Command and stuff. I guess, all right. Quandrix Command, getting back Quandrix Command. We don't have to deck. All right, 2 +1/+1 counters here. I'll target me. If they have a Drown in the lock, I guess we're pretty screwed. Decisive Denial won't stop it. But we're probably screwed either way. Wait a minute. Okay, that's right. Decisive Denial won't stop it. I think we need to try to wait. I think we need to wait. We need to try to get them to use a Drown in the Lock somewhere else. Draw our last card. We can't play an adventure creature. Noted. Let's put this stop on the upkeep. Let's attack our opponent. Let's hope they drown this. As much as I hate saying that, I don't actually want it to get drowned, but we need to get it out of their hand somehow. Okay, got it out of their hand. Feels really bad. And we end the turn. You've got something else? Oh, they could have drawn with their castle. They think they've won. Which is nice. All right, my turn. And we'll do this. Put 2 counters here. Target me. And we'll target Command. And Command. And we'll target Elder Gargaroth. Keep in mind, they GG'd me. Must be nice. Must be nice. Wait. Resolve. Auto pay. Okay. That doesn't stop me. Now, unfortunately, if the crab hits a land, I'm in trouble. Come on, draw another command. Actually, we had to draw a command here, right? Oh, no. Oh, come on. All right. Wait, there's... All right. We can still... No, not the 2 commands! Okay, I messed it up. I messed it up. I messed it up. It's on me. It's definitely on me. Why'd I put the Gargaroth in if I had done all commands? But they top decked this Thought Thief. What a bad person. What a bad person. They milled me out on turn 5. I had it, and I threw. Recovery time. I have now thrown 2 games very badly in a row. Not the way I like to live my life. So, we're on the play for the first time in a while. Let's make the most of it. Nothing like throwing games of Magic with new cards in front of, you know, thousands of fans. Tens of thousands of fans. And I'd like to think that they'd be like, oh, we understand, it's new cards. But no, what they do is they just, oh my god, you suck! In different varieties of words. They love to tell you everything you did wrong. It is the way of the internet. It's not going to change. Complaining won't stop it, but good lord, guys. Why you be so mean to me? All right, let's attack. Let's play this, but we want the opponent to think we have something. So we're posing. We want them to be like, scared of breathe. Okay, come on now. Never mind. They're not scared of anything. They've got double fervent champion. They can't lose. It's impossible. All right. Love Struck Beast Mode. The new plan, survive until Gargaroth. Probably not blocking these either. Especially if they play a land because of Frostbite. You love to see it. You love to see them pass. Okay. So holding up Quandrix Command probably messes up their attack in a number of ways. But we could also deploy more 5/5s. They could go land Embercleave, which is terrifying, so we'll do this. Because once we have our Gargaroth game online, I think we can win. Nothing like a good battle with Mono Red to bring me back, as long as we don't throw with our Quandrix Command. Gosh, okay, it seriously has been Quandrix Command both games, hasn't it? The throw. Yes, it has. All right. Gotta get it. Me and Quandrix Command, we're friends. We really are. Don't get the wrong idea, everybody. Quandrix Command and I are fine. We get along. Uh-huh. I block. We could also just do this and trade instead. Sure. I block. What you got? Nothing. Nice. Another one. Sure. I think we'll resolve the Quandrix Command just to be mana efficient here. Don't think we want to fall too far behind on mana efficiency. We could also divide by 0 and get a spell. What's in the sideboard again? Let's see. This doesn't do anything yet, but sometimes has targets. Tested Talent's not close, right? Or no, that's not it. Mascot Exhibition. That is also not close. Anyway. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. This can hit an Annex. Annex is a pain. But I'm just going to get ready for a Mascot Exhibition. Let's go big. Again, guys, we're holding on more than we ever have before. We're holding the basics in our hand in case we draw the Snarls. All right, let's send in the Beast. Get 5 damage in. Drop a Gargaroth. The other Beast. The Gargaroth animation, what the heck? It's just a bunch of flora. It's so lame. Well, I'm really glad that I bounced this last turn because now they're off Embercleave. Going to attacks, thinking about it. I mean, we just take it. Like, who cares? We'll protect, like Gargaroth attacking every turn, they can't beat that. And it won't matter that our life total is 11 versus higher. All right, Annex is here. That's a pretty easy bounce. Oh, we also have a fight. Pretty good. If we're going to bounce it anyway, let's do it now. Return it to hand, put 2+1/+1 counters. Return this to hand, put 2 counters on this. I have learned. There's learning happening in this show. Let's make a beast. Board presence means a lot against mono red. And kill them. And we're back. Getting back on the horse. On the play, let's make the most of it. We've got an Innkeeper, no adventures. We've got good mana, 2 commands. Me and this card, we're going to be fine. It's going to work out. And yes, I'm just running this out. You want to have something on the board to give some +1/+1 counters to. All right, that's plenty of land. We can stop now. We can definitely stop. Please, no, not that card. Oh my gosh, I hate that card. It's so frustrating to fight this card. It really is. Bounce spells are pretty good against white, though. And they're... You know what's not good against white? 50 lands. 6 lands, 3 spells. It's a lot. It's asking a lot. All right, countering an enchantment can be good against them. They have a lot of creatures that are enchantments. Like that. All right, return target creature to its owner's hand. Counter target artifact or enchantment. Boing. Feels good. All right, may I have a Lovestruck Beast? 1 time. Opponent has now decided to be aggressive. Okay. That's a lot of Quandrix. A lot of Quandrix Command going on here. Maybe it would have been better to hold this back and put 2 counters on it. But the opponent's been playing really conservative. And they might not even attack here. Yeah, they're scared. They're so scared. Daxa. Oh, awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, return that. Counter that. Oh, yeah. We're going to need to draw a Gargaroth or something here. Because we are just kind of treading water. That will do. That's nice. Quandrix Command. I will learn to harness the power. I promise. I promise I will. Another savior. Cool. What you gonna do? You gonna put a counter there? They keep putting counters on the Aspirant. So, we could bounce this, put counters here, and kill one of the saviors. I think the problem with that is I'd rather play the Borrower, so that's the plan. We'll just take one. Now that they're feeling more frisky with their puppers, I think it's okay. Fend that sucker off. Oh, that sweet, sweet text of draw a card. God bless Eldraine. Oh my goodness, the land. The good news is we can Quandrix Command to bounce our Borrower, play it again, and draw another card. That's the good news. Man, if we had a Kozuma in this game, you would see a beautiful Kozuma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. Sword of the Realms. Do you want to counter it? Yeah, I do. All right. Return and counter. I will bounce this Brazen Borrower to my hand and use Petty Theft on your Luminarch Aspirant that you're going to cast again. It's fine. This is fine. Okay, they're playing around it a little bit. They're just gonna try to go for Selfless Beatdown. I'm gonna hold. I can take 1 damage for a little while. No! What the heck is going on? Make it stop. Okay, this is definitely a game where drawing Fae of Wishes or the Learn spell Divide by Zero can be really freaking good. Because if we draw those, we can get Ugin or we can get Mascot Exhibition. Charming Prince, okay. Yeah, get that value. What else you got? You coward. Are you scared of getting this bounced? Are you damaged? I'll bounce this. I have no shame. I need this card. Nice. Nice. We get to keep it going. Oh my goodness. Multiple non-land cards in a row? I am a lucky guy. These frickin' puppers, man. These puppers. Down to 10. Come on, Gargaroth. Where are you at? Skyclave Apparition. The target is the Edgewall Innkeeper. All right. We don't want to bounce anything unless it's the Apparition. And do we want to bounce the Apparition? Not really. I think I'll just cast this and draw 2 cards instead. You know, I should have done that before. Okay, we can bounce the Innkeeper. Then what else do? We can put 2 +1/+1 counters. By the way, is that the 4th command? It's epic. Return target creature or planeswalker to return to hand. That's you. 2 counters right there. That's a 4th command. That's the 4th command, guys. We did it. Dodge the Skyclave Apparition. Another land. Classic. Let's have a Cosima. Take 8 in the air. That's a 1-turn clock, but we know they have Charming Prince to gain life. The good news is they have to play the Prince, but they also want to deal with the Cosima. And they might not be able to do both. What a ridiculous game. This card is like forcing me. It's forcing me to get better at it. Heliod is here. Heliod gains life. Okay. All right. The Brazens are going to have a challenge. They're going to have a challenge. We're at 10. This is going to get rough. Four. Next turn, it can gain lifelink. No blocks. Our opponent's at 12 now. We can attack for 8. My turn. We have a Fable Passage, so we can bring this back at instant speed. So let's exile it, because we can also draw a card with it. Draw Fae of Wishes. All right. What does that do? We got 5 potential mana to use with the Fae. Plus, we can cast it and draw 2 cards with the Innkeeper. So getting like a 3-drop would be ideal. Why does it not show a sideboard? Hello? Nice. Cool. So glad that's working as intended. Test of Talent, Stern Dismissal, Shadow Spear? Shadow Spear? That's a kind of a 3-drop. Stern Dismissal's really good, though. Shadow Spear might be the better card, but I think Stern Dismissal's enough. Plus, it gives me 2 more mana that I can use in another way to draw, like when I draw my 2 cards from the Fae of Wishes. I hope I don't draw all the islands in my deck. That would be insane. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. What? What? So close. It's so close. Got to keep the lifelink in mind. All right, so if we block like this, we're not taking lethal. We can also pull this out of the race and block like this. And if the opponent gives this lifelink, we bounce it. Then they play it. They exile this. They take 4 in the air. And they're at 4. Convenient. Now, if they give lifelink to 2 creatures, we can bounce the Fae of Wishes to prevent this lifelink. But we don't want to bounce the Charming Prince, so this is perfect. Let's see, they did tap out here. So let's bring this back so it can attack next turn. Are you kidding right now? This is getting absurd. This is absolutely absurd. This might be one of the greatest floods in CGB channel history, and we've had a lot of them. All right, so no life gained from that. Pass to damage. They have lethal here, right? So we can't pass to damage. We have to bounce you. The opponent can use 2 mana to give lifelink to a dog, but that will not save them, as they won't have the mana to replay the apparition. Oh, we can't attack for 1 now because of... Okay. Ooh. Oh, wait, we can still fetch Shadow Spear. Yeah, that's right. That was where we get the other point. We can still fetch the Shadow Spear. The Shadow Spear win is on the table. Oh, there's also the attack with the Innkeeper. They left themselves dead on board to that, too. Okay, that's another land, because why wouldn't it be? Let's... Granted. Granted. Let's go get that sweet, sweet Shadow Spear. Finish the job. Tough one. We put in work. My brain about melted, and we had to fight through Mana for Days Tilt. Mana for Days Tilt. Let's have a look. I didn't want to do this and hold the opponent up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I guess you can decide whether or not it's 14 or 15 because we did sack a passage. So 14 lands would be the low count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, we fetched this with Fae. 6, 7, 8, 9 spells. And none of them were Elder Gargaroth or Lovestruck Beast. Just the power of Quandrix Command on full display. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and I hope that you, some weird, disgusting part of you, it's fine. It's natural. It's human nature. I hope that you enjoyed some of my most embarrassing mistakes ever on camera. And now you have evidence that I don't reshoot very often. We roll with it, baby. We try to put up the numbers. I think this deck is better than it looks. It has the classic best of one on the play, on the draw problem. Lovestruck Beast is by far the best thing to do on the draw. If you have that, you have a chance. If you don't, it does feel like you're swimming uphill, just drowning in tempo. But we had a few good games where I thought we made some really good decisions with Command and Denial. These modal cards, It's going to take practice to use them perfectly, and when you throw in Divide by Zero as well, there's so many options. But if you like bouncing your opponent's things and then playing something bigger and taking over the game or drowning them in Kosama card advantage, this is a really fun deck to play, and I recommend it. I don't think it will be like super meta effective, but I think it will be better than expected. I think that Teamer, you know, with the Bone Crusher Giant and maybe a couple other good red cards is going to be the real way to go when you play this most of this combination. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Quandrix Command and Decisive Denial really show up in Teamer. And I think that the Teamer deck overall is a little bit better because Bone Crusher Giant is a heck of a card. But if you want to try some Simic or you just want to be true to House Quandrix, this is a competitive House Quandrix deck that I think you could ladder with. And that was really the goal of doing these house decks. I wanted to see if we could compete in this meta, and I'm comfortable with it. The only serious D-ranking I've done that wasn't my own fault was playing the mono green 420 deck. It is what it is. I had fun. Thank you very much Into the AM for sending me the shirts, and I strongly recommend them. This one in particular, extra sweet. And thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.